Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered if we're alone? For most of history, first contact wasn't about aliens. It was about real, earth-shaking encounters between human civilizations. Imagine two worlds separated by oceans and centuries suddenly colliding. What happens when languages fail, customs clash, and humanity faces its ultimate mirror? Today we're diving into four of history's most epic first contact moments, from the icy shores of North America to the heart of New Zealand. These aren't just stories, they're profound lessons about who we are and what happens when worlds meet. Let's begin. Our journey starts with the Vikings, sailing into the unknown around the year 1000 AD. Led by Leif Erikson, they landed in Vinland, now Newfoundland, becoming the first Europeans to set foot in North America. But they weren't alone. The land was home to indigenous peoples whom the Norse called the Skraelings. Imagine the shocked two groups, unable to speak, trading furs for cloth, trying to read each other's intentions through gestures. Curiosity quickly turned to tension. A runaway bull, a stolen weapon, small misunderstandings escalated into violence. Outnumbered and isolated, the Vikings soon abandoned their settlement, leaving behind only ruins and legends. This first contact ended not in conquest but in retreat, a brief, mysterious encounter that left both sides wondering what had just happened. The Norse left little more than a whisper in the sagas, and the indigenous peoples gained a fleeting glimpse of a world beyond the sea. It was a cosmic hello that faded into silence. Sometimes the greatest impact is in what's left unsaid. The world was already bigger than anyone imagined. Fast forward to 1519. Spanish conquistadors, led by Hernán Cortés, arrive on the shores of the Aztec Empire. Tenochtitlan, a city of wonders, stood at the heart of a civilization as advanced as any in Europe. For the Aztecs, the Spanish arrival was charged with prophecy. Some believed Cortés might be the returning god Quetzalcoatl. Moctezuma welcomed the strangers with gifts and caution, but the Spanish saw only gold and opportunity. Cultural misunderstandings ran deep. The Spanish recoiled at human sacrifice, the Aztecs at the invaders' greed. Tensions exploded. Cortés took Moctezuma hostage and violence erupted. But the deadliest invader was invisible. Smallpox swept through Tenochtitlan, devastating the population. The city fell not just to swords but to disease. This first contact was an apocalypse for the Aztecs, a civilization undone by misunderstanding, ambition, and biology. The shock was total. A world ended, and another began. Sometimes the most profound encounters are also the most tragic. History is written in the ashes of first contact. In 1769, Captain James Cook's HMS Endeavour reached New Zealand, home of the Maori. The Maori greeted the newcomers with a haka, a powerful challenge misunderstood by the British as aggression. The result: musket fire, bloodshed, and a disastrous start. Yet this encounter wasn't just violence. Cook and his crew, aided by Tahitian navigator Tupaya, began to learn from the Maori. There were moments of exchange, curiosity, and fragile trust. Unlike the Vikings or the Spanish, the British stayed, and the relationship evolved, sometimes through conflict, sometimes through dialogue. First contact here was not a single event, but the start of a long, complicated conversation. It was messy, painful, and transformative for both sides. The story of the British and Maori is a reminder: first contact is rarely simple, and its echoes last for generations. Every meeting changes both worlds. The dialogue continues. The most shocking first contact isn't a single event. It's the moment humanity meets itself. In every encounter, both sides were forced to question their place in the universe. The world became bigger, stranger, and more complex. Europeans discovered new continents. Indigenous peoples saw their cosmology shattered. These moments stripped away assumptions, revealing the raw core of human nature: curiosity, fear, wonder, and the desperate need to understand the unknown. The real shock? The other is never as alien as we think. When we look across the shore, we see not monsters or gods but mirrors. How we react, whether with fear, greed, or empathy, defines us. First contact is a test we face again and again, and it's a test we're still taking today. From Vikings to conquistadors to explorers, these encounters shaped the world we live in. The shock waves of first contact still echo, connecting cultures, creating wounds, and forging new identities. Our present is built on these moments of collision and connection. If you're fascinated by these stories, subscribe for more journeys into the unknown. What do you think is the most profound lesson from these encounters? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and keep exploring history.